Just take a look at this reveal right here. Anyone would think this is a new Star Wars game or simply a game you've never heard of. Well, actually it's not, it's just an upcoming mod, but one of the most ambitious upcoming mod that ever existed. Star Wars Genesis is one of the most ambitious projects happening in gaming right now, and if you haven't heard of it yet, you're going to want to pay attention. This is a massive mod list for Starfield, but it's not just a handful of add-ons or cosmetic tweaks. This is a total conversion project that's trying to turn Starfield into a fully playable Star Wars experience. New planets, new cities, new factions, new enemies, and even its own original storyline. The scope of it is huge, and with the brand new 8.4 update just released, the project has taken another leap forward. What makes Genesis so impressive is how it doesn't settle for surface level Star Wars flavor. Instead, it reimagines entire systems. The exploration loop, the locations, the world design, they've all been reshaped into something that feels authentic to Star Wars while still being completely playable and immersive within Starfield's framework. Every update adds more, and version 8.4 is no exception. So what's new in this update? First off, some major location expansions. We now have planets like Hoth, Mustafar, Dantu Town Oasis, and the Coruscant Undercity fully realized, each with their own distinct biomes, structures, and atmosphere. These aren't just reskinned Starfield planets either. They're handcrafted environments with new points of interest, new interiors, and new visual details that make them feel alive. Coruscant in particular has seen a big overhaul with more functional shops, populated NPCs, companions to interact with, and loot to find. The infamous Smuggler's Moon has been improved with more verticality, better signage, brighter neon lights, and a spaceport that feels like a floating city. Even Dantu Town now has a working lake and river system with more interiors that you can enter seamlessly without load screens. The 8.4 update also brings polish where it's been needed most. The UI text has been overhauled, replacing stubborn leftover elements that broke immersion. The starter ship has been swapped out, giving players a fresh beginning that feels more fitting for the Star Wars setting. Even small details like the backward knee droids have had their crowd behavior overhauled, showing just how much attention to detail the team is putting into every corner of this mod list. And of course, dozens of bug fixes and optimizations are included to make the whole experience smoother. But what really sets Genesis apart from other mod projects is its ambition. This isn't just a collection of Star Wars assets thrown into the game. The team is building original quests, original bosses, and original lore inspired by Star Wars but not bound by canon. That freedom allows them to create unique storylines, like the Yuuzhan Vong content already present in the mod, while still nodding to the broader universe. It's a rare mix of familiar and new, and it means players get a fresh Star Wars experience that doesn't feel like a copy and paste of existing media. The scale is staggering. We're not talking about 1 or 2 time planets, we're talking dozens of handcrafted locations, custom biomes, redesigned cities, enemy factions, original quest content, and even changes to fundamental systems like ship progression and power mechanics. Every update makes Starfield feel less like Starfield and more like a completely new RPG built inside of it. That's why many fans are starting to say Genesis is more than just a mod list. It's practically its own Star Wars game. For players who have drifted away from Starfield, Genesis offers a reason to come back. One of the biggest criticisms of the base game was the repetition. Planets that felt too similar, locations that blurred together, procedural content that got stale. Genesis tackles that directly, filling the galaxy with variety. You've got snowy tundras on Hoth, volcanic chaos on Mustafar, neon-soaked skylines on Nar Shaddaa, and the industrial underworld of Coruscant. Every location feels distinct and every environment feels worth exploring. And right now with the 8.4 update, it's the perfect time to jump in. Not only is the mod list more polished than ever, but it's at a point where the amount of content feels truly overwhelming. If you've been curious about Star Wars in a sandbox RPG setting, this is the closest you can get to a full-scale Star Wars RPG without waiting for an official release. Looking forward, it's clear that the project is only going to get bigger. The groundwork for expanded faction behavior, more choice-driven quests, and deeper city design is already there. We're seeing more interiors without loading, more environmental storytelling, more complex AI and patrol systems. Each update pushes the boundaries of what's possible in Starfield's engine. and if the current trajectory continues, Genesis could easily become one of the most impressive fan projects ever made, not just in Starfield, but in the history of Star Wars modding. This is why Star Wars Genesis matters. It's not just nostalgia, and it's not just a mod. It's a massive, living, evolving project that proves what's possible when passionate creators push a game beyond what it was originally built for. If you care about Star Wars, if you care about ambitious modding, or if you just want a completely new way to play a space RPG, you need to know about this project. And with the 8.4 update, there's never been a better moment to dive in and see just how far this galaxy has come. On top of all of that, what makes Genesis so compelling is the sheer variety of things you can actually do inside it. It's not just about walking through iconic locations, it's about living in them. Renovated interiors across Coruscant and Nar Shaddaa mean you're not just running past static backdrops, you're stepping into cantinas, shops, and dens that feel alive with NPCs, quests, and interactions. Some areas even tie into questlines that expand as you progress, giving you reasons to return to hubs instead of treating them as one-time sightseeing stops. Then there's the repair and tinkering aspect, which brings a deeper layer of immersion. Ships, devices, and terminals scattered across the galaxy aren't just set dressing. Many require you to interact with systems, reroute power, manage circuits, and bring machinery back online. It's not quite as simple as pressing a button. You're actually engaging with mechanics that make you feel like part of the universe, whether you're coaxing a reactor back to life or hacking into a locked door. Combat also plays a huge role. Genesis doesn't just give you blasters and lightsabers and call it a day. It brings in unique enemy factions with their own AI behaviors, patrols, and combat styles. You'll fight droids that swarm you in numbers, mercenaries that use cover and flanking, and bosses that have mechanics all their own. This makes encounters less predictable and more in line with the kinds of battles you'd expect in a proper Star Wars RPG. Exploration ties everything together. Every biome, from the frozen wastes of Hoth to the volcanic lava flows of Mustafar, Sumi Dalik is dotted with points of interest, secrets, and lore pieces that tell the story of what happened there. Some areas are dangerous right from the start, forcing you to gear up, craft supplies, or recruit companions before attempting to push deeper. Others hide temples, ruins, or derelict structures that blend Star Wars legend with Genesis's own original storytelling. And it's important to stress this: Genesis isn't afraid to experiment. Because it's not bound by canon, it has the freedom to create new characters, new threats, and entirely original arcs. You might run into a questline involving an unknown order, or uncover tech that doesn't appear in any movie or show but still feels authentically Star Wars. That balance of familiar and new is part of what keeps the mod fresh, even for die-hard fans who've seen every official piece of media. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more from this mod, make sure you like the video right now and subscribe to stay tuned.
Find someone we can trust and maybe we will.
Like who?
Definitely not you, and not another one of your wide-eyed recruits preaching for freedom.
Get out of here and let us deal with this. You're just gonna make a mess of things.